The signal took 3 years to reach Earth. When it finally arrived at the International Space Communications Array in Nevada, the technicians thought it was another echo, ghost data bouncing through the void. But the encryption signature was unmistakable. Horizon's Dawn, the colony ship that had departed in 2022 with 200 souls aboard. Destination Kepler 442b. Dr. Melissa Chen had been monitoring the dead channel for 18 months, ever since the ship went silent 6 months after entering the Kepler system. She'd stopped sleeping properly, haunted by the faces in the departure photos. William Rodriguez had been among them, her former research partner, her friend, the man who'd chosen the stars over everything else. The transmission began with static. Then William's voice emerged, hollow and distant. "This is Commander William Rodriguez of Horizon's Dawn. If you're receiving this, God, I hope you're receiving this. We reached Kepler 442b on schedule. The planet was everything we dreamed: oxygen-rich atmosphere, liquid water, vegetation. We called it Eden." Melissa leaned closer to the speakers, her hands trembling. The first month was paradise. We established Base Camp Alpha in a valley between 2 mountain ranges. The rivers ran clean. The sky was turquoise. At night, 2 moons rose, 1 silver, 1 amber. We were home. William's voice cracked slightly. Then we found the structures. Massive, geometrically perfect pyramids made of a material we couldn't identify. Not stone, not metal. Something that absorbed light, that seemed to breathe. They dotted the landscape, thousands of them, all oriented toward the planet's magnetic poles. Melissa heard something in the background of the recording, a low hum, rhythmic and unsettling. Dr. Sarah Okonkwo led the first expedition inside. The pyramids were hollow, their interiors covered in symbols that hurt to look at directly. Sarah said they moved when you weren't watching. She was our xenolinguist, brilliant, rational. She stopped talking after 3 days inside. Just stopped. She'd stare at the walls of her quarters, tracing patterns in the air with her fingers. The hum grew louder. Others followed. Chenwei, Marcus Thompson, little Yuki Tanaka. Only 12 years old, God forgive us for bringing children. One by one, they'd visit the pyramids and come back changed. They'd gather outside at night, standing in perfect circles facing the structures. We tried to restrain them, to keep people away from those damned things, but they'd always find a way. William's breathing became ragged. The pyramids started singing 3 weeks ago. I don't know how else to describe it. A frequency that resonated in your bones, that made your teeth ache and your vision blur. The changed ones heard it differently. They said it was beautiful, that it was calling them home. They walked into the pyramids and never came out. A long pause filled with that terrible humming. "Melissa, if you're listening, I need you to understand. We tried everything. We tried to leave, but the ship's navigation systems corrupted. Every calculation pointed us back to the planet's surface. We tried to destroy the pyramids, but our weapons passed through them like they weren't there. We tried to ignore them, to pretend they didn't exist, but you can't ignore something that calls to you." His voice dropped to a whisper. "I'm the last one left. Everyone else has gone inside. I watched them walk through those lightless doorways, watched them disappear into geometry that shouldn't exist in 3 dimensions. Some of them were smiling. Some were crying. All of them looked relieved. The hum was overwhelming now, a presence in the recording. I've been documenting everything, sending out messages, hoping someone would answer. But I think this planet doesn't want to be found. I think it wanted us specifically. All those signals we detected from Earth, the ones that led us here, they weren't natural phenomena. They were bait." Melissa heard footsteps in the recording, slow and deliberate. "The pyramids aren't structures. They're vessels, not for traveling through space, but through something else. The symbols inside, they're not language, they're maps. Maps to places that exist in angles our minds can't process." The changed ones understood. They saw where the pyramids lead, and they went willingly. William's voice began to fragment as if the recording itself was degrading. "I can hear it now. The song. It's so beautiful, Melissa. It's showing me things. Galaxies folded like origami. Time flowing backward. Consciousness spread across dimensions like light through a prism. We weren't colonizing a planet. We were being harvested, collected, added to something vast and ancient and utterly indifferent to human concepts of life and death." The sound of a door opening, wind rushing through the microphone. "I'm going inside now. I can see the others in there, not dead, not alive, transformed. They're part of the pyramid now, part of something that spans a billion worlds across a billion timelines. They're calling to me. They say there's no pain here, no fear, just existence pure and eternal. His footsteps echoed. Don't come looking for us, Melissa. Don't send anyone else. The pyramids are patient. They've been waiting here for millions of years, and they'll wait millions more. Earth is too far away, too small for them to notice. Keep it that way. A final pause filled with that terrible, beautiful humming. I'm sorry we failed. I'm sorry we thought we could claim the stars without asking what else was already there. Tell my family, tell everyone that we reached the promised planet. We just didn't realize what had promised it to us. The transmission ended with a sound like glass breaking in slow motion, like reality itself folding inward. Melissa sat in silence, tears streaming down her face. After a moment, she reached for the deletion protocol. The world didn't need to hear this. The stars didn't need more volunteers. But as her finger hovered over the button, she heard it, faint but unmistakable, bleeding through the speakers even though the recording had ended. The song, calling, always calling.